Welcome back everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. So there's a lifetime worth of knowledge to be learned about the outdoors, and the more I get into camping, the more that different paths open up. Things like shelter building, fire making, cooking, foraging, fishing, the list goes on and on. But with that being said, we're not always going to want to push ourselves to the limit, or we're not always going to be in that learning mindset every single time we go out. I think it's just as important to spend time in the outdoors, but take it easy. Have a breather, bring a few extra luxuries out with you, and just enjoy yourself. So in today's video, I want to share with you my top 8 luxury items that I take with me when I want to have that easy life whilst wild camping. Also, at the end of the video, I've added a couple of extra items that I was really torn between, but ultimately I couldn't bring myself to putting them on this list. So hang about if you want to find out what they are. But first up, let's do my top 8 luxury items. Item number 1 is my Anker Soundcore Mini. I find myself bringing this out less and less the more I get into wild camping, but still it really does bring something extra to camp. Whether you're alone or with some friends, having some Johnny Cash playing in the background whilst you're cooking up a big juicy steak on the fire is just, come on, it's the best. It's only a small speaker, but to be honest, that's all I need. I'm not going to be going crazy blasting music. It's just something to complement the atmosphere that I'm already in. So yeah, the Anker Soundcore Mini is a great but small portable speaker to have around camp. Right, number 2 is my Nalgene wide mouth water bag. Now if you haven't guessed what this is for already, then I'm just going to tell it to you straight. It's a pee bag. Now if you're new to camping, hold on, don't judge us just yet. It's actually a fairly normal thing for people to carry. So I'll only bring this out if I know I'm going to be tent camping and I've already planned on being extra lazy during that camp. As bad as it sounds right now, once it hits 4 o'clock in the morning and it's chucking it down with rain or it's freezing cold outside, you'll be thankful that you've brung this item along with you. So I got the wide mouth specifically for this purpose. In them situations, you don't want to be messing about. You'll be tired, your aim might be a little bit off, so honestly, the wide mouth is the way to go, and make sure you don't get one that leaks either. So I think going for a proven company like Nalgene is the way to go. You want to splash out the cash now before you splash out something else in your tent. I know that when people fill these up, they'll use it as an extra heat source as well. I don't know how effective it is, but oh, why not? It's worth a shot. Right, number 3 is my Woolly Mammoth wool blanket. So for me right now, I have to be honest with myself, and this is a luxury item, something that I'll use for extra comfort when I'm around camp. It's something to sit on or throw over us when I'm around the campfire, and also I can add it to my sleep system for that extra warmth on cold nights. Now I don't plan on this item staying on this list. I really want to build a traditional setup where this becomes a core piece of kit that outright replaces my current sleeping bag. So there's many benefits a wool blanket can bring around camp. It's water resistant, it's fire retardant, and it's just a bomb-proof bit of kit overall. So I'm really looking forward to getting that traditional setup on the go. So expect to see more of this item soon. I really want to learn what temperatures it'll take me down to and learn some extra tips and tricks off it. And yeah, eventually I want this to be a core piece of kit. But for right now, as much as I hate to admit it, it is just an add-on. It's something to give me a bit more luxury around camp. So that's why it's on this list. Right, number 4 is my bushcraft stool. On the website they describe this as waterproof, heavyweight, double laid canvas. It has 3 pockets on the underneath, so all you need to do is lash 3 sticks together and boom, you've got yourself a seat. Although this has to be classed as a luxury item because at the end of the day it's just a chair, but still it really has been a game changer for me. It's hard to explain, but getting up off the ground and in your seat really gives you a sense of control around camp. That might sound like a weird thing to say, but at the end of the day you're up out the dirt and you could admire the camp and admire the views. Yeah, it's great. Like, I like the fact that you're building half of it as well, so it really feels like you've earned your seat. I have to admit, I'm still not the best at setting it up. Like, sometimes one of the legs is longer than the others, so you kind of have to do a balancing act. But over time I found that longer leg eventually it'll stick into the ground, and yeah, it's spot on after that. So yeah, overall it's a great packable seat that'll definitely bring extra comfort to your camp. Number 5 is my titanium spork and long spoon. I made a video recently about beginner camping mistakes and I touched on the topic of titanium then. I'll leave a link at the end of this one if you want to check that video out as well. But yeah, these 2 items were purchases I made when I just started wild camping. Now if carrying a titanium spork isn't the pinnacle of luxury, I don't know what is. I mean, I don't know how fragile I thought I was, feeling the need to go titanium spork over what, a normal spork. Absolute madness. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. But nowadays I don't really bring these items out. I'll normally just use my knife and knock up a set of tongs if I need them. With the long handled spoon, I suppose there's an argument for if you're eating those MREs, but I never really do, to be honest. I find them a bit too expensive. I usually just stick to me bacon and me sausages. So yeah, I never really use these items anymore, but they're on this list because they have to be the most luxury camping item I own. Titanium spork, man, what was I thinking? Right, item number 6 is my lantern. Now, I've spoke about this before in previous videos, so I'll not go into too much detail here. But yeah, complete opposite to the titanium spork here. This is bulky, but it's a solid, amazing bit of kit, which genuinely makes me happy when I bring it out on camps. It's definitely not ultralight, but when I plan on bringing some extra luxuries around camp, this is first on the list. I remember when I first ordered this and I nearly cancelled it because I was having doubts, thinking it would be more of a novelty item. But yeah, I get a lot of use out of this item. Even at home, I just enjoy the glow it creates. When I finally get around to creating that traditional setup I was on about earlier, I really want this to replace my headlight. So hopefully this will move from the luxury list onto essentials as well, if all goes to plan. Item number 7 is my MSR groundhog pegs. From the research I did on the internet back in the day when I just started camping, from what I read, these are the bee's knees, like constructed from 7000 series aluminium, whatever that means. But to be fair, they are really good, very lightweight but really strong still. Maybe if you're up and mountain, these would be an essential bit of kit. I can imagine it'd be pretty hard to find some wood to craft your own pegs up there, but for me, you all know I like woodland camping, so there's plenty of resources out here which I can use to just craft my own. So yeah, I'll still bring these out now and again if I'm being extra lazy, but more so in winter when it gets dark really early. Just a quick way to save some extra time. You're not crafting your own pegs, you just get them in the ground and enjoy the rest of the daylight. So they're pretty expensive for what they are, but at the end of the day they get the job done, and I've never had any problems with them bending or breaking, anything like that. The Y-shaped design is really good for soft ground and things like sand, but still at the end of the day it's a luxury item, I can't deny it. Right, item number 8, and I'm using it as we speak, and that is my GoPro Hero 10. So this item gets brung out with me on pretty much every single trip now, mostly because I'm shooting YouTube videos, but still it's great to have, even if I don't plan on sharing anything, just capturing them memories. You never know what you're going to encounter when you go off onto a camp, and I think that's one of the reasons why this hobby holds its excitement value so well. So yeah, if any outdoorsman or woman is looking to buy some luxury items for wild camping, a GoPro is a good shout, I reckon. It's waterproof, it's rugged, it has some great stabilization features, and I can definitely tell now when other YouTubers aren't using a GoPro because it's a lot more shaky. It has a wide mode and a super wide mode, so it's really good for capturing your whole camp in the picture. Yeah, it's really good, I really like it, but at the end of the day it's still a luxury item. As much as it helps me out around camp and makes it easier, I could always just use my phone camera or something like that. If you do like the sound of a GoPro or anything on this list, to be fair, I definitely recommend you doing more research first. I mean, with the GoPro specifically, there's a few cons as well that come with it, like short battery life and overheating problems, and it's not so great in dark light conditions. So when you're out on your wild camp and you're trying to capture the night when you're cooking up your food, it can be a little bit difficult. So yeah, it's always best do some extra research, don't just trust my word. But yeah, with anything we buy, there's always going to be pros and cons that come with it. Right, that's my top 8 luxury items. Now there's still a couple items that I originally had on this list, but I had to take them off. I couldn't do it to myself. And the first one of them is a flask of whiskey. I mean, when you just get to camp and you get all set up and you have that first sip, amazing. You can't beat it, and in my eyes that is an essential part of camping. Now if you've watched my channel before, this will not be the first time you've heard me going on about whiskey, but to be honest, outside of camping I don't really drink that much. So when I do get out onto a camp, it's something for me to really look forward to and enjoy. Let me know what you think. Is it a luxury or is it essential? I'm sure this will cause a lot of debate in the comment section. Another item I had to take off this list was coffee. So you wake up in the morning, get the fire back on the go, boil up your coffee and just enjoy it. Life is good. In my eyes, it's an essential way to start the day, so don't tell me it isn't. I really don't like relying on too many things like alcohol or smoking, but we all have our vices and mine is that morning coffee. I cannot go without it. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on this list. Was I accurate or was I way off the mark on this one? Also let me know your top luxury items by leaving a comment below. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.